And we're back, just barely. Okay. Some good ice cream. Alright. Next is Doom 64. Here we go. It's gonna get dark. From the bright, cheery visuals of Kirby to the dark, techno baby crying, and metal on metal scratch action of Doom 64. There's probably not too much Doom 64 left. I think probably have maybe another few hours of it. So I finished previous Doom. Well, I finished New Doom. Fairly recently, as in yesterday. So this is currently the only Doom I'm streaming now. Okay, we're in Blood Keep. And, wait a minute. 31st, yeah, 31st, Blood Keep. Did I save? Where the fuck did I save? I'm so lost. No, that was Blur. The previous song I played. Blur, Ice Cream Man. I did it, guys. I completed a level. God, the game is giving me every weapon. Now this is where I was up to. So yeah, this is exactly right. Game is like, no, you're gonna need them. You know what? I'm just gonna do another save, just in case I fuck something up somewhere. Pooh. Because I am a grown man, I make good decisions. Where's the enemies? This is scary. I don't like this. Gotcha. Watch your step. So I'm gonna guess. Fuck. That me watching my step has something to do with the fucking tiles on the ground. These. Maybe they're like activating enemy spawns, I'm not sure. Well then. Yeah, you're right. This weapon is just definitely, overall, a better weapon. I should be using this instead of plasma. It's just, it's the weapon's default back to... You know, when you're out of ammo on one weapon, it just defaults to, whatever the next one is. So, it was just giving me the plasma. I have to kind of get back into the swing of this game a little bit too, because I have not played this in some time. Yeah, this gun. Yep. That panel activated that fucking thing. Also, that is not... I'm not supposed to be able to do that. So I'm not going to do that. Because you're not supposed to jump in this game. Okay, it takes 3 rockets to kill them. Pinkies are a joke in this game. Compared to the new Doom. Doom 4. Oh, fuck, I stepped on the thing. God damn it. Unbelievable. Why isn't he supposed to jump? Doom 64 did not have a jump button. So... I'm just not supposed to be able to jump. I've enabled it, and I might jump. My reasoning is just as often as it will help me, it can fuck me. So that's why jumping is kind of a spurious choice. It's not even the right word for that, but... I'm sticking with it. Blue skull key has appeared. I'm not really sure why, but here it is. You know what? I'm gonna just save this right here. Fucking poop. Well, Doom 3 had a jump button, right? I hate that. That is the worst. The worst shit in the 7 Kingdoms right there. Doom 3 is not a Doom game, someone said. Tonally really different. Bordering on survival horror as opposed to cock-out action. What are these noises? I don't like them. Oh shit! Fuck! No! 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 I don't want to use too much of this laser because it's really good and ammo is limited for it, but my god, do I need it. This is a fucking hard level, holy shit. It's just, you have no room to maneuver, which is, you know, one of the saving graces. When you have a nice wide open area to fight, you can run around like a mad cunt. Slay skulls. Not so in this level. This level is doing everything it can to take away the things you love. I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but I hate it. Fucking leaving. Yeah, there's stuff on the ledges, probably because there's another way to get to them. And I'm not gonna jump up to them because I don't want to cheap it out. I mean, normally I would, but right now I'm just trying to play the level as it's meant to be played. I'm hoping I'll find something. So there's the exit. That's over there. That's nothing. Okay. What's this? Heroes on both sides. What? Like, I'm not even supposed to be able to jump up there. Usually the map is a good way to find secrets. But I got nothing right now. I have to go back into the pit. The clown pit. Of course. Fucking of course. It would be me. Ends me. Those lost souls are such shit. These. Maybe I shoot one. There's secrets everywhere. Completely. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This might explain it. There seems to be... Oh, okay, that's probably opened from someplace else. Alright, so there's a path that leads to that secret. And I don't know how to get there. Definitely some sort of switch. This music is good. When I say music, I mean like ambience. Some of the ambulance... What? The ambulance. Some of the ambience in this game is a little bit overwhelmingly stupid. But some of it's on point. And this one's pretty fucking creepy. Also, I don't think... When I think about it now, I don't think this game has great level design overall. I think it's got some really strong level design and some fairly weak level design. That's just my current assessment. You know, replaying the game now. Some of it's great, some of it's just like, what? Sorry, Plinket's really coming out tonight. Oh, that's how that works, okay. Scared to turn corners. Also, Doom 64 looks so much better at this obviously at this resolution. How the fuck did one lost soul gank me like that? What the fuck is you doing, man? Lost souls are really fucking powerful in this game. Look, look! They're honestly, the lost souls are my primary reason of death at this point in time. What was I saying? Ambulance. Oh yeah, the visuals. Yeah, the visuals. This game looks great upscaled, and also with the fucking blurry texture shit. That was definitely a good decision. With the pixely, crispy pixels. It just looks great. Really does. Vibrant. The colors really, you know... I mean, yeah, they're dark and moody, but they just look fantastic. This is Doom 64 EX for any new viewers that haven't seen me stream this. It's something that you can download for free. And it's great. It is basically a PC version of Doom 64 with all the options you would come to expect. Similar to Z-Doom and just GZ Doom, young GZ Doom, but in its own way, it's even more impressive, having taken the source material and doing so well with it, and giving you even more options than you normally would have. Like being able to look up. Being able to waste ammo on your BFG, getting killed by a single lost soul. So many options. So many lost souls. They're just looking for a home. But this is our house. Some interesting robot noises. That's Samuel Hayden. The music is just Samuel Hayden coming to life. My name is Sheriff Gene Freak, and I'm the sheriff around these parts. You can call me Samuel Hayden. Let me guess, this is gonna be a gauntlet of all the enemies. There's gonna be imps next. If there's imps next, I will shit 7 bricks. Yeah, there's imps. Well, I can't even really shit 1 brick. But I can tell you this, there's a perk in that game I played earlier, Wasted, called shitting bricks, I think. And it was when you kill an enemy, they drop a brick. So I actually technically did shit a brick today. Yankees. Fucking Manchester United. It's the best fucking team. I don't know why, but at PAX, at the Twitch party, I was doing that voice for some I don't remember why. I was doing it. I was like walking with some random stranger, and I was like, Manchester fucking United. He was like, I fucking love Manchester United. They're the best footy team. He's like, you from Manchester? I said, actually, no, I'm just being a dick. He's like, that's good, lad. That's a good team you like there, lad. And he gave me his information and his contact and his card. He was a really nice dude. The only problem is he was a CEO for Machinima, or something like that. He was like partner relations for Machinima. And I was just like, oh. And he tried to recruit me to Machinima, and I was like, nah, dude, I mean, you're cool. We talked for like a good 20 minutes. He was like a really cool guy. We got to know each other. We talked about music and footy. We talked about Manchester fucking United. But, I was like, I'm really happy not being on Machinima right now, but thank you. Oh, fuck. I've heard lots of horror stories about Machinima. Obviously, I don't know if they're true. I would never claim. I can only say that I've heard the stories and nothing more. Oh, man. Do I know anything about Manchester United? Sadly, no. But, I'll tell you what, if I watched footy, they'd be my team. You have my word. Thanks. Fucking Noel Gallagher talks about them. I love his accent. I like Noel Gallagher better than I like Oasis, to be honest. His solo career, his interviews, him as a person, he's just fun to watch. Kind of a dick, but I mean, then again, compared to Liam, he's a pussycat. And Carl Pilkington, he's from Manchester. So I mean, some of my favorite people are from Manchester. So yeah, I would totally be a Man U fan. Because I don't know anything else. Carl! Carl! God! I just jumped. Fuck it. At this point, I'm just gonna fucking jump. I see what I have to do. I have to fall from the sides in order to get that stuff. But, since we're almost at the end of the level, I wouldn't be surprised if I got all of the secrets. This seems like just a... Oh, this is still an issue. Okay, so... Megasphere. Which is the natural enemy of... Megacube. I wonder how you actually get that. Because I just tried pressing all the switches around here, but I had no luck. This is a really cool level. I like this level. Just from an aesthetic standpoint, I think they did a really good job with it. I'm feeling supersonic. Give me gin and tonic. You can have it all. And then, like, late Oasis Liam. 0% secrets. That's nice. You can have it all, but how much? And that's like, you know, late Oasis. Noel, Liam just does not sound very good, does he? He got better before he got worse. I have a few friends that refuse to listen to Oasis at all, based on Liam's voice. I just can't, like, listen. They're like, I can't listen to that voice. My friend, one of my friends has specifically stated that she cannot listen to Smashing Pumpkins. She hates Billy Corgan. All you have to do is say hello, and then sing a Smashing Pumpkins song. So I like to go like this. I go like, hey Jackie. Hey. Today is the greatest day I've ever known. And then for the rest of the day, the friendship is totally soured. I mean, to be fair, I don't necessarily hate the Pumpkins. I don't like Billy Corgan's voice that much either, but he wrote some good fucking songs. But Oasis, I feel like anything first and second album, Liam sounds great. And the stuff Noel sings is always fantastic too, so I tried to, like, I was like, listen, there's good songs. Like, the friends I have that don't like Oasis, I force them. And they're like, okay, I like Don't Look Back in Anger, and I like this one, but every other song, Liam sounds like a cunt. I'm like, ugh. I was like, alright, fine. I just gave up. Because someone in chat just said Oasis had so much potential. They were the biggest band in the world. Also probably the most egotistical band in the world for a short time. But they were fucking massive, mate. They got massive. I remember, like, you couldn't go a day without hearing Champagne Supernova or Wonderwall or... What's the Story, Morning Glory. You know, even on American radio, like, they weren't just big in England, they were big in America too. And then, I kinda think they squandered it with cocaine and drugs and drinking and ego. And then their subsequent albums were pretty disappointing, except Don't Believe the Truth. I like that one. I felt like that album was almost a return to form. And then they broke up and no one cared. Well, no, a lot of people cared. I cared. But we got Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, which I like birds, and his band is pretty good too, like a lot of his solo stuff, so I'm not too disappointed. I get to listen to Noel's songs without Liam singing them. It sounds like a win-win to me. Okay. Sorry, you have to go. You have to go quickly. Well, Wonderwall actually used to be a good song, unironically. Really, it was at one point, like when I first heard Wonderwall, I really liked it. As did most people, which is why it became such a big hit. Now it's like, hey bro, you brought your guitar to the party? Can you play Wonderwall? Ah, oh, man, I love that Wonderwall song. You know how to play that Wonderwall song? It's become a joke. And it's so overplayed that I can't even really listen to it. I skip it. When I listen to that album, I actually skip Wonderwall. It's also like that Green Day song. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. That was every school's graduation, prom song, etc. for like 10 years, and still kinda is. Which is so weird because that is definitely not the song that, that is not the song that, Green Day sounds like. That is exactly the opposite of what kind of music they make, for the most part. So it's just strange that that song came to almost define them. And then another song, Teen Spirit. Where's this fucking guy coming from? Where is he? What? Did he just shoot himself in the head? I heard a few that possessed Marine hated life so much. I think he just offed himself. Hang on. Is there a... Oh, no, there's a secret. That's what that was. Just take all my armor, Lost Soul, you fucking... Someone in chat just said, why does hell have clearly labeled exit signs? Well, there goes my immersion. That was definitely not something I had considered. And now the game sucks. I still like Nirvana. Like I said, I don't listen to them very much. I don't really listen to Green Day. We're talking about, like, overplayed songs. I don't really listen to Green Day very much. I know a lot of their songs, but, you know, that's not one of my favorite bands. Nirvana I still like. When I listen to Nirvana, it's mainly In Utero and Incesticide. But, and I think the overrated thing, I don't even want to hear about the word overrated, but they are overplayed. I definitely agree. I think Teen Spirit, I can't listen to it. I actually cannot listen to it. It has to be skipped. When I'm at a bar and I hear Teen Spirit, I'm just like, oh, here we go again. When I hear, like, a remix of Teen Spirit, I get a little angry, and then I just don't care. But at first, I'm just like, do I really have to hear this fucking song again? When I listen to Nevermind, if that ever happens, and it usually doesn't, but I can listen to every song, every hit from that album. Lithium, no problem. In Bloom, no problem. Train You, On a Plane, all still great. I cannot listen to Teen Spirit. It just, at this point, that song just annoys me. Holy fuck, did you see that? I got down to 1 HP. And that's with 2 BFG shots that I was able to clear this room. Just barely. Holy fucking shit. That was crazy. What is this pit? I don't think I want to go down there, do I? Nah, that wasn't a good idea. What about Bleach? Oh, Bleach is great. Bleach is still... I think that's one of the best, like, dirty, quick albums. Like, that album was made for $600 in, like, a week. And I'm amazed how tight that is for just a week. That might be one of their best. I'm sorry to say it, I still think that they had some great music. They were a great band, they had a lot of great energy. Overplayed? Yes. Overrated? Maybe. But, I mean, say what you want. Good lyrics. You know, Kurt had this gift for making gibberish sound like it meant something. That's a gift I don't have. And I would really, really like that. And he also has this, he had this really good, like, rhythm guitar style. His solos were just trash and he knew it, which is fine if you just own it like he did. But, his rhythm guitar was great, and his vocal melodies made the song so goddamn catchy. Also, Chris Novoselic is one of the most underrated bassists. That dude had some really fucking hooky bass lines. Seriously hooky bass lines that just perfect. Like counter melodies. Listen to the bass line in Lithium and tell me that's not a perfect counter to what Kurt's doing. It's really good. And then I don't really need to say much about Grohl. He wasn't their first drummer, but he was great. And they had some great drummers. Dale Crover was awesome, Chad Channing was good. And then Dave Grohl came along and was just like, he played simple, but he fucking hit those drums hard. And he came up with some really good beats. So anyway, that's my Nirvana chat for the day. I hesitate to talk about them because people will scoff. And that's a shame, because they wrote some good music that I still enjoy. It's kind of a shame too that all of Kurt Cobain's life has been, on the internet in particular, has been just summed up as a suicide joke. Like, the summation of one human being to some people is his death. And the way he did it. They just make a big joke out of it. It's kind of sad. You know, not taking into account the depression, the physical problems, the way fame fucked him up. Yeah. But, you know, that's how it is. Heavy chat, yeah, I know. We can get a little bit later. I don't mind. Why did that door take so long to open? Also, again, lost Let's talk about memes. Sure. Also, I'm definitely not gonna mention Courtney Love. That's not... I don't want to go there at all. I'd rather just think about the music and the shows and all the cool stuff. And not any of the horrible stuff. If there is any, you know? Go to the red door? Dude, I don't know where it is. I'm kinda... Here it is. Got it. Okay. It just took me a minute. I got a little lost. Even with the map, I got lost. Yeah, it's funny how Scoot the Burbs has become some people's favorite song that I've done. Someone in chat was just saying that. And, it's really funny because, again, it was just like a toss-off, knock-off song. But it shows you, if you say, eat a dick in a song, that's all some people want. Just because I don't know how to please you. But I do now. Eat a dick! There you go. Me and Mike are really not fans of that whole late 90s explosion of whatever the fuck that was. So... there's some assorted good songs here and there, but... Man, what the hell happened to rock in the late 90s? You know what, I'm not gonna do this, because that's totally subjective, and that's not fair. I'm sure a lot of people like that stuff. And I'm gonna end up sounding like an elitist pig. Oh wait, I already am. Here's one. Let's talk about Stairway to Heaven. Or as I like to call it, Hairway to Steven. That's another overrated... It's a great song. Parts of it were stolen, which is a shame. But that's another song that you just hear so many goddamn times if you listen to rock radio. It like always comes in #1 in like the best classic rock songs. And that's another one that I have to skip. But that is actually one of the primary reasons that I got into Led Zeppelin and a lot of other classic rock. I heard, get this guys, true story. So I was into Jimi Hendrix and the Doors at like 16. But somewhere around 17, I remember hearing Led Zeppelin on internet radio. I was listening to internet radio, and it was like the worst possible quality. You would not believe the fucking audio rate was like 24 bits. Or am I saying that right? Is it bits? It's divided into bits? Probably sound like such a fucking moron. It was awful. But I remember I was just listening, I just wanted something to listen to while I was at my computer. And I found internet radio. I don't even remember, it was like just some dumb website. It wasn't like a Pandora type thing, we didn't have that then. But they played like, you know, Stone Temple Pilots, and they played all rock. That was their gimmick. They played like 90s rock, they played newer stuff, they played classic rock. And I remember hearing Stairway to Heaven for the first time while I was I having a wank? Might have been having a wank. No, I was probably playing Warcraft. And I really liked it. I was like, this is really good. And it's the part at the end, right before Robert Plant says, as we wind on down the road. It's the guitar solo, but not specifically the guitar solo. It was the, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna sound like a moron, but okay. It was when the guitar went like this. That. I like that a lot. And so I decided to check out these Zeppelin people, knowing nothing about them. And a splendid time was guaranteed for all. I listened to, and then for like 2 years I listened to more Zeppelin than your body could ever have room for. But, I do have some opinions about Led Zeppelin. The first is Jimmy Page is a bit of a perfectionist to the point where he will change history. A lot of the documented Zeppelin stuff from, like, say, Madison Square Garden, he'll go in and he'll actually, you know, change it. Like, he'll take different... I don't think it's a terrible thing, but it did put me off. Like, the Led Zeppelin DVD, there's fixes. So if there's a fucked up vocal line, it's replaced with a vocal line from another night. If he fucks up on a guitar solo, he can take it from a different night and put it in there. So that Led Zeppelin DVD and How the West Was Won, that's like a mishmash of a bunch of different performances. Hang on a second. This needs to happen. Okay. Okay. Better. And the other thing is, too, they stole a lot of music. And that's like a lot of old blues standards, a lot of, like Stairway to Heaven was actually based off of a song called Taurus by a band called Spirit. I think I got that right. And there's a bunch of other things that they quote-unquote borrowed. So, put me off to them. Still like their music, and I particularly like the songs that they wrote on their own. I'm Now Lost. Here's some of that classic Doom 64 level design just confusing the ever-living fuck out of me. I mean, I see what I have to do, I just don't know how to fucking get there. Oh. No, that's not it. Yeah, they're still one of my favorites. But yeah, definitely a lot of overplayed songs on classic rock radio that I needed to take a break from them for a while. Use your brain, Vinny. Alright. Okay. Okay, this I didn't see. But once I used my brain, I saw it. This level leads to a secret level. Okay. I need to have that happen. That would be good. I don't know, was it my brain that saw the path, or was it my eyes? What are eyes, if not for the brain? This seems like a bad idea. Fucking Carl Pilkington theories. Are we our brain? Huh? Or are we, or am I me, or am I my brain? Carl, you talking shite. Okay, Brain, I need you. Listen, Brain. If you got any tips for me right now, Brain, that would be great. All I can think of is Mega Thrust fuck ass when I hear the Doom Marine do that. Of course. You wouldn't want things to get boring now, would you? Fucking Hell Knights. Okay, I know there's... Okay, now we know that there's a secret entrance to a secret level. So, as soon as the UFO noises stop, I have to try to find that. It's right there. It feels like it's right here. Any ideas? The secret happens after you open a yellow door. Okay, thank you. That now I don't have to wonder if I'm gonna waste even more time. Okay, let's do it. Can't wait for respawns. So far, we're free of respawns. Okay, go up this way. Okay. Quick save the fuck out of this. This shotgun is still so fucking satisfying. Hearing something. You hear that? It sounded like a thing was opening on its own. Something's going on. There's a door opening on its own. There it is. Got it. Okay. That was alright. It was just the noise. Okay, so into the void. This is where we get the last skin laser upgrade. You wretch. As a strange acrid door. Odor assaults you. Door. Death and demon carcass. No nightmare could have prepared you for this. You realize that this place was not meant for living humans. Getting some serious Vangelis vibes from this soundtrack. That's a good Satan. That one. Yeah, it does remind me a little bit of Blade Runner soundtrack. That's why I mentioned Vangelis. My favorite composer, Vangelis. Ow! Dick. So I've never been to this level. And I played a lot of Doom 64 when I was younger, but I had never been to this particular secret level. I don't remember this. I have no recollection. I mean, most of these levels, it's been so long that I wouldn't have very much recollection anyway, but I know for a fact that I didn't find all the secret levels. Like, I specifically remember completing this game and feeling like I don't know where these levels are and I'm not gonna go get them. Oh, look at that. I think I would have preferred, like, just a few more types of enemies. I know that's asking for a lot, but maybe just a few more. Am I excited for anything specific at E3? Well, I've been getting that question a lot, and I still don't have, like, a really proper answer, except maybe Zelda is the only real thing that I'm aware of. That, what was it? Didn't I have something else? I thought I had something else, I just don't remember. No Man's Sky, I'm losing hype. Hype levels are being diminished slowly. But I will probably end up playing it, and something tells me I'll enjoy it. But I was never, like I said, I was never on the hype train from the beginning. Like, I didn't, like, oh my god! Oh god, Stan! Look at this! It was more of a, oh, this looks neat. I hope they don't fuck it up like they did Spore. Different developers, obviously, I know, but still. So I need a blue key to do that. Red Dead Redemption 2, I hope they announce that. That would be great. Dishonored 2, I didn't play Dishonored 1. Oh, actually, I did play Dishonored 1. I played the first hour of it. I think it was an Xbox Gold thing where they gave you, you know how you get, like, deals with gold? I want some new IPs from good developers, that would be nice. Last time some developers tried some new shit, we got some good things. Skyrim Remastered, really? Why do we need Skyrim? What the fuck? Yeah, I've been hearing stuff about Skyrim Remastered, and I'm, as ever, totally and utterly confused. That can't be real, right? That's just people having, like, a laugh, having a giggle, mate? Skyrim... Whoa. Skyrim is not that old of a game. Why does it need to be remastered? There's mods on the PC version that already make it look incredible. Like, you can- I've seen screenshots of some of the realism mods, and they look like astoundingly real, and not real, but astoundingly good. Skyrim with console mod support. So it's just gonna be Skyrim, but for consoles, like the newer ones. So kind of like GTA 5 when that was ported to, Xbox One and PS4, right? Because there's no way a PC remaster makes any sense at all right now, because it's still too new. And honestly, if you crank that game up, full settings, on its default, and you run it on a good computer, at a really good resolution, that game still looks pretty fucking great. So, I don't know, Morrowind should probably get a remaster, or, you know, even Oblivion kinda still doesn't really even need one, but if you want to do Oblivion, sure, I'd be down for Oblivion remaster, but Skyrim? Hey guys, did you know that we're gonna get a Fallout 4 remaster at this year's E3? That's right. The resolution of the textures are going to increase, and there's gonna be no game-ending bugs. They're gonna add one DLC quest. The models will be a little smoother. Buns and boobs will look excellent. But mostly the glitches will be fixed. At a premium of $60, you're just gonna have to buy it again. Asshole. I mean, consumer. Skyrim remaster. That's a console thing. Because that's been happening with PS4, hasn't it? Like PS4 got, Last of Us remastered. Which, I mean, again... I just got japed. There was a jape. I believe that this was going to influence this, and it did not. What do you guys think? Ubisoft should put out a Division remaster? Maybe they could put out a version of the game where 97% of the player base hasn't abandoned the game. That would be a cool remaster. It's okay though, we got Watch Dogs 2! Watch Dogs 2. The game no one asked for. It's like, you know, I remember playing Watch Dogs, and this is after GTA 5 came out, and the car physics, and like trying to crash into a train, all that stuff, none of it, like, was good. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why would I play this when GTA just does such a better job overall? This game is fucking with me now. It transported the relic someplace else. This game is toying with my expectations and desires. I'm not okay with this. I'm getting relic edged. But you know, like Rockstar has had years of R&D into making games like that work. And work well. And they did a really, really fucking good job with it. And then you play Watch Dogs and it just feels like it just feels like a kind of a hollow, emptier version of GTA. It wasn't totally bad. In fact, I got some enjoyment out of it. There were some things that I actually did enjoy about Watch Dogs. But, just as a... Just on a whole, I don't have good memories from my 8 hours or so. Or what was it, 6 or 8 hours, I guess. So, yeah, when they revealed the trailer for Watch Dogs 2 and people were like, Vinny, did you see it? I'm just like, huh? No. Was I supposed to? The Ubisoft hate train, I know it's being ridden pretty hard these days, but honestly, I kind of, as soon as Assassin's Creed became a yearly franchise, I was just like, nope, nah, I'm good. Yearly franchise, like yearly release, just that needs to stop happening. I really do believe the minimum development time for a game should be, like, just... Can you just wait another year? Franchise fatigue is real. That's why the Jaws movies started tanking. Well, that and there's a lot of other reasons, but anyway. Flip the switch and then run to the hallway that's empty. I really don't know if this is the right way, but it felt like this was important. Got it. Skin laser now fires 3. Holy shit, what's happening? So yeah, now that's the most powerful gun in the game. By a pretty wide margin, too. Well, the BFG is still more powerful, but for the amount of energy consumption, you're better off with the skinny. The old skin laser. Oh, dear God. Lost souls everywhere. Lost souls everywhere. 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 You have to complete the level by falling off the level. Lou? See, and just to wrap up, I'm gonna stop playing this now and go to bed, but just to wrap up my thoughts on the yearly franchise report, it's why AAA, I think, just suffers in general, is because no matter no matter what some of the employees may think or the audience, we know Assassin's Creed is getting stale. I'm sure many people in the company realize that Assassin's Creed is getting stale, but the numbers, the profit margins, speak louder. And so while, like, say, an author or someone like someone who has control over their game, like an indie game, someone who might be like Edmund McMillan who makes Isaac, if he was releasing a new Isaac every year for 3 years, and then he realized, okay, wait a minute, this is a problem. People are complaining, and it's just becoming more of the same. Sometimes you need to know when to go away for a while. Sometimes it's best to give your audience a little space, a little time to breathe, and want your game, and they give the audience a chance to want the movie or want the album or want the game. It's better to know when to back off than to just work like a maniac to just give all the things all the time. And I really believe that that's going to be a lot of AAA undoing in some ways with consumer dissatisfaction, is because it's not about the person in charge or a few people saying, listen, we should really just stop and relax. It's like, no, profit margins are really good. We're going to need another one of these, and then the year after we're going to need another one. And we don't really need to innovate. Just keep pumping them out. Sequels, they're good. Just keep it coming. I got to give Valve credit. Even though Valve obviously is the butt of many jokes, I think it's good that, when Left 4 Dead 2 came out, I don't know if you remember this, but when Left 4 Dead 2 was announced and when that one came out, there were a lot of people that were pissed, like, oh, too soon. Even though that was like the one time Valve did anything like that. And other companies are still getting away with it with, like, minimal problems. Valve got a lot of shit for Left 4 Dead 2. Maybe it's just because people hold Valve to a higher standard. I don't know. But when Left 4 Dead 2 was announced and came out, it was just like more of the same. It was good. It was solid. But it was still more of the same. And there were some complaints. So we haven't, because of that, we haven't gotten anything from Valve. So good job, guys. You really showed them. We haven't now received anything from them in like 7 years. So no, but I mean, we've obviously received some games from Valve, but not very many, and not very many sequels. The count to 3 thing is actually kind of true. We don't have Portal 3. We don't have Half-Life 3. We don't have Half-Life 2 Episode 3. We don't have Left 4 Dead 3. But the smart thing about it is we now want these things. Like, I wouldn't have wanted a Left 4 Dead 3 5 years ago. Now I kind of want a Left 4 Dead 3. I'm like, the technology has improved, and, there's definitely going to be some room for improvement and innovation, I would imagine. So I would hope so. But it's been a while, and the mods have kept me busy, as I'm sure many other people have been kept busy by mods. But that's something that I think is good. And I also feel like the Zelda situation, I am very interested in this new Zelda. And we're going to find out about new Zelda in just a few days. So, I'll be there with you guys when we get our first real look at Zelda for the Wii U. And it should be interesting. But the Zelda franchise is a franchise that is kind of in this fucking weird limbo. And I've talked about this too a few times, where people want innovation, but they also don't want innovation. They want kind of more of the same. And I'm kind of in the middle too. Like, I don't know what I want from a new Zelda. I kind of want familiarity, but I also want some of the formula to maybe kind of fall by the wayside, and I want something new to some extent. And it's even harder for Nintendo, I think. But they do a pretty good job at spacing their main, like, console Zeldas out. It's been a while since Skyward Sword came out. And I think, we're ready for a new major Zelda game. Like one big Zelda game every like 5 or 6 years with a few handhelds like scattered throughout. I like that. Link Between Worlds was great, and I enjoy Triforce Heroes. I didn't play other than the demo, and I don't think I would get that. I don't think I'm interested. I wasn't then, I'm not now. The remakes of the previous games were good. And again, maybe, you know, remakes don't do it for you, but I enjoyed streaming them. They were fun. And they did a good job at translating them into a better format. So, you know, I'm not like Zelda fatigued. It's a great franchise to begin with, but I'm not feeling the fatigue. And I'm definitely happy with the release schedule. I think they did a good job with Zelda in terms of release schedule, but you know, Metroid fans just keep getting shat on. Same for F-Zero fans. Star Fox fans, we finally got a Star Fox game, and you know what? I liked it. Maybe it's just the Fox formula that's wearing thin. Maybe it was the motion controls, but I'm not looking to revisit Star Fox Zero. At first, didn't like it. I had my fun with it, and then I liked it a lot by the end, but I'm not going to replay it as much as I would Star Fox 64. And it might just be the fact that I'm older and I have like fucking a dozen games that I'm playing through at the moment. It could be that, or it could be just that, you know, things were different 20 years ago. You had one game, you know, I would have one game for like 2 months and it would last me 2 months. The N64's like schedule, there were droughts in between games, so you'd have to wait like 2, 3, 4 months. And games like Star Fox were pretty replayable. But these days it's a little different. You know, we tend to just consume and move on, and you have humble bundles and Steam sales and fucking, you know, free arcade games like on Xbox Live or whatever. You have like sales on Nintendo's network. You know, we have more games and free games online. We have phone games. We have more games than we know what to fucking do with. And thus, you know, it's not like 20, 30 years ago where you just would have one game that would last you a week. Or like, rather, sorry, not a week, like a month or 2 months or even a year sometimes. You know, I played my old games constantly. I would just keep playing them. You know, because they were still good. I would play Metroid over and over again. I would go back and play Zelda 2 and beat it, or like try to beat it. You know, put it down for 2 months, cycle to Mario 3, then cycle to Zelda 1, then cycle back to like Mario 2, then Contra, Castlevania, and then I would just repeat the process and just whatever. Every day, it was like I wanted to revisit my old favorites. And I'm not saying that was a better thing, it's just how it was. I like new experiences too. But that kind of effect of us having all these games to play, and I'm noticing this really hardcore right now because I'm literally playing through like a dozen games, and I have The Witcher installed, and I'm just like, oh fuck, can I really even afford to play this right now? I can't. There's so much other shit that I'm enjoying, so it's just harder to appreciate. And thus, my point is, please just give us one really, really fucking good game every few years, every 3, 4, 5 years, as opposed to one kind of like rehash every 1 year. And that's why generally I'm not looking forward to E3 this year. I don't know if I'm going to be impressed or disappointed or I'm going to laugh, but it'll be fun. At the very least, we'll have a lot to make fun of. So E3 is going to be great this year. And I can't wait to watch it with you guys. We're going to have a great time. Okay. Thank you for listening to my rant, everyone. Just keep your expectations low, exactly. And maybe expect to laugh a little bit, and maybe even possibly cringe. But if your expectations are low, you might actually end up, you know, we might end up with some really cool shit. We already know Nintendo's not bringing out the big guns, just Zelda, which is all well and good, but, you know.